Hi everyone, so I just released a new tutorial on Gumroad. This one is focused on texture displacement. It's a 2-hour long tutorial that I have separated in 3 chapters. In the first chapter, I'll show you how you can set texture displacement to look right. I also show some tips and tricks that I use in my workflow. In the second chapter, I create one simple sci-fi building you'll see me model the object, creating the building from scratch from a cube, and then UV unwrapping the building so the texture displacement will look cool on specific parts. What is really great with this method is that with one just simple texture, you can create tons of different buildings. And for this specific tutorial, I've created 61 EXR displacement textures that are in 4K and 32 bits. They are in black and white, well, in grayscale, basically. So because they are in EXR, they will hold very well and they will really displace great on your objects. Octane has improved a lot the way it handles EXR displacement, and I was surprised to see how well and how much it handles texture displacement without crashing at all, which means now you can create whole cities, sci-fi landscape with this that are really cool. These textures include like some pipe stuff, some roof parts that you can put on top of the buildings, some sides that I've made that can really they all really look great on just a cube basically, and they will really displace well. Some of them also are greebles who look really good for a space station, for example. I'll show you the way I create my own non-repetitive textures for these buildings. I also add some lights to the building. And in the third part, I will create a very simple cylindrical space station. And you'll see that most of the heavy lifting is done by the texture displacement. Again, you will see me creating the object from a cylinder, how I UV unwrapped some parts, how I duplicate other parts in order for the texture displacement to look good on it. In this one, I think you'll see how much detail a texture displacement can add on a simple object. Within this tutorial, you'll get a blend file with these 5 buildings that you can already play with, start unwrapping and add some texture displacement on top of it. There's also a part of the space station. You'll have the blend file, but also the OBJs. I've included some screenshots of the shaders I use in these scenes, so you can just go look at how I made them. I've included all the textures I used, so you've got 2 abstract textures that I use for dirtying some of the shaders, 2 very simple concrete textures, some cyber lights that I've created that are going to look great when you apply them on your scene. These are all the displacement maps. I also included the mountain terrain I do in the first chapter, and a few height maps and a few texture map in 2, 4, and 8K that you can use as some sort of you can use them. I use them on the building itself to give it this kind of a paneling aspect. There will also be a few JPEGs so you can see what I was sort of playing with using this method. This is the space station shot. This is the final render. This is the city. I didn't take this one very far, but if you can make one building, you can make 12 and make a whole city. For example, this one, I made a whole scene for another project. I built the room. I built all the buildings and placed them the way I wanted, and then I've put it. I put the whole scene in night light. Added some advertisement and stuff like that, and made this scene. This is another example that you can do with it. These little spaceships are also made with displacement as well. It's basically just a cube with a few extrusion and displacement on top of it with a texture. And this is the last one. Instead of placing the texture outside of a cylinder, placed it inside. So these are some examples of the things you can do with this method. I didn't cover much texture displacement in my first two tutorials on Gumroad, although I knew I was going to do one specifically on that subject because it's a technique that I use a lot and it's very useful to me. And to be perfectly clear, honestly, I think I'm sticking with Octane a lot because of texture displacement. This is something that Octane gives that Blender, Cycles won't give you. Cycles has vertex displacement, but texture displacement there's something very iterative with it that I really love. I think it's actually fun. I think you'll see that I'm having fun with it, and I hope you'll have fun with it too.